Hello, I'm G and welcome to the Endgamers. Now, 30 years ago, my auntie bought me a ticket for SummerSlam back in 1992 at Wembley Stadium. Now, 8-year-old me was bouncing up and down that living room, so excited. I could not wait. I was one of the biggest wrestling fans you'll ever meet. And yeah, I was just, like I said, just so excited. But unfortunately, that bubble was very quickly burst. My dad came to pick me up when we told my dad that, I had the ticket. He then told me that I couldn't go because we were going to be flying out on a family holiday to Bulgaria on the same day. I was absolutely devastated. So, as a wrestling fan here in the UK, I have been longing and just praying that one day WWE will bring back a major stadium show. And they are doing. Because tomorrow, me and my brother Aaron are going to be driving all the way down to Cardiff for WWE Clash at the Castle, WWE's first major stadium event here in the UK for 30 years. I can't believe it's been 30 years. I can't believe it's taken 30 years. But we are going to be there, and I cannot wait. So, I'm going to be dusting off Aaron's Rey Mysterio cap in preparation. But as things stand, there are 6 matches, and I'm going to come out with my predictions for the matches. So, in no particular order, because I don't know which order these matches are going, apart from maybe the main event. I think that's nailed on. But the other 5 matches, I'm just going to pluck at a random order. Edge and Rey Mysterio versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest, otherwise known as the Judgment Day. I would absolutely love that to be Edge and Rey Mysterio. I've got a funny feeling it's going to be Finn Balor and Damian Priest due to some interference from Dominic. I think he's going to turn on his dad and join the Judgment Day. So that's the way I think that match is going to go. Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, when Liv Morgan went up against Ronda Rousey, she was very lucky to walk out with her SmackDown Championship. She tapped on the 2 count. Referee didn't see it. Ronda lost. I've got a feeling something dodgy like that's going to happen again. So I think Liv might pull this one off. Although it's been a long time since Shayna Baszler has been pushed as this absolute beast in the women's division. And now she's being booked in the correct way and given her the championship and making her very hard to beat is going to be probably the best thing for the championship right now. So although I think Liv Morgan's going to win it, I hope it's going to be Shayna. Okay, now we've got Matt Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins. Now this match has been built up really well, especially that last promo on Raw. I genuinely don't know which way I'm going to go with this one. I think Seth will always put on a massive show, and Matt Riddle has just been absolutely fantastic when he was with Randy Orton. And now that he's back on his own again, he's doing his own thing, and he's been doing really well himself. So, I don't really know. I think Seth freaking Rollins might have this one. although I am hoping that it will be Matt Riddle. Now, Bayley, Io Sky and Dakota Kai versus Bianca Belair, Asuka and Alexa Bliss. Now, on one hand, we have a new faction that needs to make a statement. On the other hand, you have the Raw Women's Champion and 2 of her mates. So, I'm going to have to go with Bayley, Io Sky and Dakota Kai. Like I said, they need to make a statement as a faction. If they end up just losing it, they're going to be like, well, who cares? You know what I mean? You're no threat to us. So, yeah, that's my prediction for that one. Now, one of the matches I am, or shall I say, it's the match that I'm probably looking forward to the most, or maybe just on par with the main event, will be Gunther versus Sheamus. I can imagine that being an absolute slogfest. I think that is going to be very hard hitting. There's going to be lots of interference on the outside, but I hope that it doesn't really interfere with the match that much. I just hope that Gunther and Sheamus are given the time to just go at each other and just whack the living shit out of each other for the entire match. And my prediction for that one is going to be Sheamus. There's nothing wrong on Gunther. I think he's an amazing competitor, and he's a really good Intercontinental Champion. But there's something there where I think Sheamus is gonna pinch this one. Now, for the last match, obviously, will be for the undisputed Universal Championship between Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. Now, this one for me is easy. It has to be Drew. Drew has fought and clawed his way back from the bottom. He was once known as the Chosen One. It didn't go down very well. And then he's fought his way back to the top at WWE. Won the Royal Rumble back in 2019. 2020? Which one was it? 2020? I think it was 2020, sorry, yeah. But then, unfortunately, due to the pandemic, even though he won the title and even though he became the top dog, he was never really given that moment in front of the fans. And what a way to actually give him that moment than to do it in front of a home crowd right here in the United Kingdom. There's obviously going to be a lot of interference involving the Usos. There always has been. Well, shall I say there has been for a while with Roman's reign. Roman's reign, sorry. But I think that Drew is going to persevere, and he is going to bring it home. He's going to bring the Universal Championship home. So yeah, my prediction for that one is Drew McIntyre all day long. So, now I'm going to go and prepare for tomorrow's long drive. As you saw before, I've already dusted off my brother's Rey Mysterio cap. He's going to be probably going to be wearing this most of tomorrow. He's really looking forward to the Rey Mysterio match. He has been a lifetime fan of Rey Mysterio. Back in 2007, I took him to a live SmackDown event. He was really excited to watch him, and I think shortly before the event, he picked up a legitimate injury and couldn't travel. So a very younger brother of mine was absolutely devastated. So now he's really looking forward to it. I can't wait to see him wearing this mask, cheering on his hero. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get prepared now. Make up some butties, I think. Maybe even go to the shop, get some energy drinks for the drive, and I'll get back to you later.
What is good, EGW universe? My name is Aaron. You've never seen me before. I am G-Dog's brother. And today it's time for Clash at the Castle. So I've just left my house now. Just go and put some fuel in. On my way to go and see G. Pick him up. Let's get on the road.
So Aaron's just picked us up. Off we go to Cardiff, baby! Right, Aaron, 6 matches. I want your prediction.
Okay.
Seth freaking Rollins versus Matt Riddle.
Come on, Seth. All day. All day.
Io Sky, Dakota Kai and Bayley versus Alexa Bliss, Asuka and the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair.
Going with the champs team there, definitely.
Okay, Gunther versus Sheamus.
Sheamus, all day long. All day long. Big ginger, come on.
Rated 619, Edge and Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day, which is Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Now I think I know where you're going with this one.
I'll tell you this, guys, I've been waiting since 2004.
Was it 2004?
2004.
I thought it was 2007.
No, 2004.
Okay, fair enough, right.
To see my guy, to see Rey Mysterio, my hero, my favourite wrestler of all time. So I can't go with anybody else, can I?
Okay. Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler, brute.
Okay, and the main event, Drew McIntyre, our boy, Drew McIntyre versus the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns.
I think Daddy's going to go home crying today.
Oh, he's definitely going home crying.
I think that big Scotsman's going home with that title.
Drew's bringing it home, isn't he? He's bringing it home.
There's no way he can get away with getting back to the US with that title. Not with the show coming to Wales, the show coming to the UK.
And the thing is, though, as well, he was robbed at Mania. Remember that?
Yeah.
2020,
yeah.
he beat the bastard, the big beast, Brock Lesnar, in front of nobody, in front of the cameraman and in front of his peers, but not in front of the crowd. He never had that chance. He never got it back.
Oh.
So, Drew.
We're going Drew all day.
Drew's bringing it on.
However, I do think there might be a little twist in the tail at the end of it. I don't think it's going to be fireworks.
No. I think something might be happening there.
I do think there'll be a little bit of a twist in the tail come the end, but I think we'll talk about that later on.
Yeah, we will indeed. Got a bit of a development. Well, I was picked up by Aaron, but now all of a sudden, it's Rey Mysterio. Oh, it's Rey Mysterio! Just driving past, I think, Warsaw Football Club. Stuck at 40 mile an hour! No!
Hello, EG-Dub.
Hey!
We're back again. Little traffic update. I hate the M6. Anybody that's watching this who's going to the event, who's driving down from up north down to Wales, will know that the M6 is absolutely awful.
Eased up a little bit now,
but we're making good progress in Pete Dunn's homeland now, around Birmingham way.
in Birmingham.
So not long to go, about 2 hours, two and a half hours to go. We'll find the car park, go and find our mate Morris, and see what Cardiff's got to offer.
Aaron,
What's happening?
who has the best finishing move in professional wrestling right now?
I don't know. I'd probably go for Rollins' stomp.
Really?
Yeah, or Punk's GTS.
Right, because mine has to be the RKO. It has to be. The RKO is like the best finishing move right now. Although I must admit,
comes out of
nowhere. Yeah. Although I must admit, I think one of the
my favourite at the moment has to be the KOD from Bianca Belair. I think it's a great move. So, but now we talk about finishing manoeuvres, but what is your favourite move?
Favourite move, one that captivated me as a kid, and it's no surprise. My boy, it's Rey Mysterio, and it's two moves going into one. It's his 619 off the top rope into that West Coast pop. It's just unreal.
I think for me, it has to be the Canadian Destroyer. It's not done enough in WWE, but AEW, they tend to do it quite a lot. But I still remember, I think one of the best Canadian Destroyers I've seen in recent years would have been from Bad Bunny at the WrestleMania last year, from outside the ring. I think it just caught everybody by surprise. It was absolutely fantastic.
We're in Wales, and we're stuck in traffic again. We've not done too bad though.
No,
We've done 160 miles, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Not done too bad. But we just got into Monmouthshire, hit a load of traffic. But I'm getting excited now. I'm getting really excited. Looking forward to seeing what they've done with the stage. Looking forward to getting inside the stadium. I'm just looking forward to hearing some banging tunes as well, of like everybody coming out and just taking in the atmosphere. And so the last show that I went to was a Raw show back in 2017.
Yeah.
At Manchester Evening News Arena. That was a great day. Really, really good show that night. But not been back since. You've been to one since
Yep,
then,
I've been to SmackDown in 2019, I think it was. Yep.
In a box.
In a box.
See, these are these EGW connections. But yeah, no, really looking forward to it. It's about time that they came over. Now, I wanted to speak a little bit about Triple H taking over from Vinnie Mac. So, what's your opinion on it all, G?
Well, it's obviously the product's a hell of a lot better now. It definitely is. It's night and day. I think change has been needed for a long time in WWE. I think when you look at the products, it's especially what he's done with a few of the NXT call-ups, that he's just basically just not got them. He's booked them all wrong, and that's led to them not succeeding, not being able to come out with the full potential, and eventually just being let go. So, yeah, now that Triple H is in charge, some of them are back, but the stories are a lot better. And everybody seems to be. I think you can see it now in a lot of the stars' eyes. It's like they just feel a lot better about themselves, and they feel like they're being able to do a lot more.
Yeah. So I think, well, you mentioned it off camera earlier on about like the women's movement. It became a really stagnant under Vinnie Mac.
Yeah, you were getting like 2-minute matches, and there was no build up to anything, and there's just nothing there. There was no. It was like almost a forgotten product, and the women's tag team belts were just a bit of a joke, and they were almost becoming irrelevant. I think to a stage where they almost got rid of them. So, but now that Triple H is in charge, everything is just starting to pick up again. Even the viewing figures have picked up as well. I think recently it's like the first time it's gone over maybe 2 million viewers in I don't know, maybe about a couple of years or so, maybe. So, and that's all through Triple H's doing, really.
Yeah. So we've got 2 women's matches on this main card.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. See, I look back to way back when Becky Lynch had her main event moment, like in those women's matches when that women's movement first kicked off, and like with the likes of Ronda Rousey coming over. And like you say, you don't see much of it anymore.
No.
The women aren't getting their they're not getting the time under the lights. They're not getting the time in the ring. The storylines, like you said, the stagnant, the very what's the word? They're unrealistic, and you know what's going to happen. They're so easy to read.
Yeah.
But now, obviously, under Trips We're probably looking forward to some more exciting matches.
Yeah,
Having the women more time in the ring.
It was. I think it was ever since Mania when they had the 3 women main eventing, and even around that time when you had the all women's pay-per-view. I think that was like really good for the division, but it's just gone downhill.
Yeah.
It's terrible, and now it's all picking back up again.
So, moving on, I want to talk about some rumours that have been going on around WWE and around tonight's show down in Cardiff. Returns. I understand that there's been some rumours that a couple of guys have been spotted around Cardiff. Whether it's true or not, we'll only find out tonight or on Monday Night Raw coming up. Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon they're going to turn up?
I think Bray has been rumoured for quite a while. As for Braun, I think there's a rumour that he's coming back on Monday. We don't really know if he's going to be here tonight, but I think what's been happening a lot recently, there's been a lot of the returns. It's been like one person, maybe like every week or every so often, and it's had a massive impact on the products and everything, and everyone's just started to get a little bit more excited about, some names are coming back that really shouldn't have been released in the first place. And one of those was Bray, and I think if Bray can come back tonight in whatever guise he's coming back in, if he's coming out the Eater of Worlds, whether he's coming back as the Fiend, or maybe a new creation, because we know just how gifted that guy is when it comes to his creative. He's just got that many ideas flowing around. He could have something else planned. So
he's a modern day Mick Foley, isn't he? Like, he's got so many characters and so much ability to book himself, to make these characters and make them work. Like, I know you weren't a big fan of the Fiend.
No, I appreciated it.
I loved the character. I loved the look of it. I loved the mask, the feel, the atmosphere that he brings when he comes. It's almost Undertaker-esque.
The presence.
When you get a cold,
I like the presence of it.
Yeah, it gets cold in the arena. When you watch him from home, it's exciting, it's cinematic, it's really enjoyable to watch.
But again, I think Vince was another reason why that character failed.
Yeah.
Because I think, especially a couple of matches he had with Seth Rollins, I think one of them in particular, the whole show was under a red light.
Yeah.
It was shockingly bad. And there was so many, alright, the pandemic might have had a bit of a part to play with, not being able to do so much because you don't really know what the fans' reactions are going to be like with certain things. So, yeah, I think there's 2 reasons why that kind of failed, really, Vince and the pandemic and stuff. But even though I'm not really a fan, I could see that it was a big thing for the fans, and and a lot of fans absolutely genuinely loved everything that and still do just absolutely love what he does. So
yeah.
If you don't bring him back, I think it's going to be a really wrong move.
Yeah. So I remember going to the Raw show over at the MEM, and that night. Oh, it wasn't the last show I went to, actually. It was the show before, 2016 it was. And I remember seeing Bray Wyatt as the Eater of Worlds for the first time there.
Did you have your phone up?
I did. I was a Firefly. But that was unbelievable. And on that night as well, there was a dark segment when The Undertaker came out, and he had a couple of minutes with Barrett, Wade Barrett at the time, because obviously Wade Barrett being a local lad to Manchester, well, being from Blackpool, Preston, Ethan. He had a bit of a dart segment. Taker came out, chokeslammed him, give him a pile driver, and disappeared. But that night, to see both of them, it was amazing to see how similar those characters really are in what they do to the crowd, how they make us feel. And they both give us chills, goosebumps. And I hope that he does come back tonight, but obviously there's only one way to find out, and that's sitting there and watching the show. I just hope that tonight, with it being so many years coming, the last main event, the last pay-per-view being SummerSlam, all those years ago down at Wembley, we've had a really long time to wait.
Now this is why I'm more excited now that Triple H is in charge, because I think if Vince McMahon was still in charge now, I think the show would still be enjoyable, it'd still be a great show, but it's still one of Vince's shows, and we know what Vince's shows are like. They've been stagnant and a bit dry for quite a while. With Triple H, he gets the fans a little bit more. He knows what works a little bit more. He's more in touch with like modern day wrestling, modern day what the fans want. And this is his first like pay-per-view in which, or premium live event, in which he is actually fully in charge of. But I think with SummerSlam he was partly in charge of it. It was just where he got the job and he was just coming into it a little bit. This is like his first, now this is where he can actually make an impact of showing people what he can do, and to make it like the first stadium show in the UK. Not only can you make it bigger and better for us, but you can make it bigger and better and make an actual statement.
Yeah. So I know, moving on from that then, I know your views on Logan Paul. I don't know about you guys. Logan Paul's recently been in the UK for the Misfits boxing event down in London with KSI. So what if he turns up tonight?
Not bothered.
No?
I'm not a huge fan of Logan Paul. I will put credit where it's due. When he was in the ring, the last couple of matches, he's really good. I think he's just one of these rare people that whatever he touches turns to gold. He's just a naturally gifted person that when it comes to wrestling, boxing, or whatever, he's just not bad at it, is he? He can do it. And at wrestling, I think he's just really good in that ring.
Okay, my predictions are Edge and Mysterio, then Liv Morgan, Alexa's team. It's got to be Sheamus, and as much as I'd like to say Seth, it's got to be Matt. Matt's going to win, and then of course it's going to be Drew McIntyre all the way. Yeah, that's my predictions.
Let's break this down a little bit more for you. Okay, so Seth versus Matt Riddle. I think I agree with Aaron here. And we're going with Seth Rollins for the frickin' win. Io, Dakota and Bayley versus Bliss, Asuka and Belair. I agree, it's the champs team to take that one. I don't think Io and Dakota are going to get a good run with Bayley. Gunther versus Sheamus. Now, I would really like to see Sheamus take this one home, but I don't think Gunther is going to lose. I think there's going to be some sort of interference gone wrong for Sheamus with Pete Dunne. Rated 619 versus Judgment Day. Now, I agree with you on this one. I think Rated 619 is going to win. But I do think there's going to be some controversy. And I do think that Little Dominic is going to do a heel turn and join Judgment Day. And as I said before, Liv Morgan versus Baszler. I think Liv's going to win. And Roman Reigns, I've got a feeling they're going to hold Reigns with the title.
We go, not far from Cardiff. There we go. Not far now. Right, we've packed up. Ray's back's fucked. We're gonna have a walk around now. Find our friend Morris. We'll find him, and we're just gonna
Find somewhere to have a pee.
find somewhere to have a pee, and just see what Cardiff has to offer before we go into Clash at the Castle. Right, we're just on our way to St David's Shopping Centre, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just there trying to find the pop-up shop. Probably expecting a massive queue. Let's have a look. So we found the pop-up shop, 2-hour queue, not a fucking chance. Stood in the merch queue, moving relatively okay, but yeah, it beats having to be waiting in that 2-hour queue at the pop-up shop, so see what I get. Bought our merch. We were going to go for, Aaron was going to go for one of those red shirts, but for 80 quid, not a chance. Not a chance. Chances are that'll probably be a hell of a lot cheaper on the WWE shop sometime soon, but until that time comes, he's not spending that money on that. So we're just going to sit down here for a bit, wait for the queue to start moving along, then join it and get inside. We're in! We're getting in! Well, let's get to the top of these stairs, seating area. Let's get it done. We're in! We're in! We're going to swap it round. There we go. Look at that.
Right, so we got Brian and Saber here. Predictions, go on then.
Right, okay, so Tag Team Judgment Day versus Edge and Mysterio. I think personally Edge and Mysterio are going to take it. Brian, what about you?
Yeah, I think the same. I think the face are going to win that. I think it's going to pump up the crowd. I think it's going to be probably one of the matches of the night, actually, because I think it's been what? Nearly 20 16 years. It's been nearly 20 years since they've actually been a tag team, so I think, yeah, one of the matches of the night, definitely.
Happy days. I think Divas, 3-way tag, Bailey's faction's got this. Yeah. It's a no-brainer. The others, they've already got their things going on, they don't need it. Bailey's going to take this one home.
Easy one, but Liv Morgan, Shayna Baszler's more interesting to me, I think.
So I would say Shayna.
I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna go Liv Morgan or Shayna.
See, I'm guessing Liv as well. I think she's going to do something dodgy like she did against Shayna.
I think
against Ronda.
It's going to be a finicky finish, but I think Liv Morgan will retain that quite easily.
I think for the fans, Matt Riddle will take this home. I have a feeling in my heart Matt Riddle will take it against
I'm just glad he is no longer Riddle and he is now Matt Riddle.
Yeah, Matt Riddle's back.
And I tell you what, that promo that he did last week was phenomenal. Did you watch that promo?
I did, yeah.
It was a great promo. I think it was a real Attitude Era style promo that hasn't happened in 20 years probably.
Sheamus, Intercontinental, no-brainer.
That's the easiest prediction.
Yeah. Home fans, easy. Title match, Drew versus Reigns. I've got Drew. In my heart of hearts, it's Drew. However, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, will be here tonight. You heard it here. It's going to happen. I don't care what you guys want to say.
It will
happen.
Right, this is my prediction. Right, Drew wins tonight.
Yep.
Right, they're celebrating. Okay?
Yep.
Theory comes out to cash out.
Yeah.
Right?
Could do.
And as soon as he's cashing in, lights go out. Ray comes in, mandible claw,
On who though?
Wait, no.
Answer the question.
So do you think it's going to be Bray, or do you think it's going to be the Fiend?
Oh, 100% the Fiend. The Fiend.
Yeah, the Fiend.
It has to be.
The Fiend will come in. Mandible claw on theory. Point at Drew. Lights disappear. Lights go on, sorry. It disappears, and that's it. That's the end.
It'll be a good ending. It'll be a very good ending.
Wait, you've got writers right here, guys.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is it. You heard it here first. It's going to happen. Look forward to the show, guys. It's going to be insane.
should have thrown at the show. That's shape.
What's keeping him? What's keeping him?
Let's go!
Come on, Chibble.
Gutting really, man. Aye, but let's go, Gunther! That's it!
Come round it from the top.
Falcon Arrow. This one's here, which is down the road.
Okay.
So it's not too bad.
Fuck you, Roman! Fuck you, Roman!
It's like giving Bradley Lowery the middle finger. What's going on?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Drew McIntyre! Roman Reigns is terrified! Drew McIntyre!
Roman Reigns is terrified. Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns is terrified. Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns is terrified. Drew McIntyre.
Cross. Oh. Nice appearance. Gonna come in. Fury knocked him out. Fury knocked him out. Yes! Fury. That's it.
Maybe, but I think Cross is going to get
I'm gonna say one more
Right, sorry about before, my battery ran out, but I've just charged it up a little bit, and I'm going to interview a straggler that we got on the way back.
Thank you very much, Graham.
So this is Moz. Right, so Moz.
Hey guys.
Right, so we've just been to Clash at the Castle.
Yeah.
What do you think of it? How did it differ from Vince's product?
There's a lot of changes. A lot of changes.
But what did you think of the show?
The show, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was well worth the money. From where I was sat, I had an aisle against the ramp, so I was seeing everybody come and go. It was really worth the trip, worth the money. I enjoyed it, and I'm glad I went. I do have some downers, but I'm not going to put that on here.
Right, okay. Well, sorry the video was a bit blurry. We haven't got much light. Looks like a load of shit. We're just going to get in the car. We've got about another hour and a half drive home, and see you in a bit. Right. It's 19 minutes past 4 in the morning. I've just got in. I am absolutely shattered. Probably a little bit overtired. I'm going to try and get my head down. Very much doubt I'm going to be getting to sleep straight away. We'll see. Good night.
It's Monday. 2 days after Clash at the Castle. Still a little bit tired, but I have to say that I had an absolutely amazing day. You know, we started off just getting there, had a quick look around Cardiff, try finding that pop-up shop. Just a ridiculous queue to get in there to buy merch, especially when there's a store around the corner and the queuing time was half that. But yeah, just we got our merch ready to go in. We was interviewed by the lovely people at Rebellious Noise. Yeah, shout out to them. Yeah, they just wanted our predictions. You know, I told all them about the fact that, you know, I was unlucky not to have gone 30 years ago, but yeah, you know, they did a great job as well. So yeah, go and check them out. But yeah, as soon as we got into the stadium, it then felt real. It felt so real. So I'm gonna now start talking about the predictions and see which ones I actually got right, which ones I got wrong, and yeah, let's get into it. First match of the night was I didn't know there was actually a name to this faction until Saturday. So it was Damage Control, which is Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai versus the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka. And I predicted this one right. That faction had to make a statement. They did. They won. The crowd went absolutely mad for Bayley. Just started singing the Bayley song that they've and you could see that I think she secretly just wanted to start to dance along to it. But she stayed in character. Well done to her. And yeah, they came out the victors. So yeah, 1-0 to me. Second match, which was Sheamus challenging Gunther for the Intercontinental title. This match was an absolute slogfest. And as you could see, Sheamus's chest at the end, it was at red raw. And I'm so happy for Pete Dunne and Rich Holland as well, who came out and they made the most of that event as well. So yeah, it was Gunther picking up the win with like a lariat. I think it just looked a little bit like a clothesline from hell from the JBL days. But yeah, as soon as Gunther had left the ring, you could see that Sheamus was just stood there. The whole crowd just went absolutely mad. I think you could see the emotion in his eyes. He was just, it really got to him. He was really proud. And there was a group of Irish lads behind us, behind me, as you can see in the video before. They were cheering on their boy. One of them was cheering on Gunther for some reason, but that match for me was probably match of the night. It was very hard to beat that one. Third match was Shayna Baszler challenging Liv Morgan for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I predicted Liv Morgan for this one as well, so that's 2 that I've predicted right so far out of the 3 matches. I thought there was going to be a little bit more dodgy shenanigans going on. I thought she was going to win it in a similar kind of way to how she beat Ronda Rousey, but no. None of that, just an Oblivion 1-2-3 finish, and yeah, Liv Morgan won that one. It's yeah, like I said, that's 2 out of the 3 that I predicted right so far. Fourth match, which was the one that my brother was looking forward to more than anything, which was his hero Rey Mysterio and Edge versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest at the Judgment Day. Now, I predicted the Judgment Day because I thought, like many people, that Dominic was going to turn on his dad, and I thought that the heel turn was going to influence the match. It didn't. The match was fantastic. There was a really dodgy looking 619 from Edge. But yeah, I think it would be, a lot of people would call it rated 619. They won the match, but Dominic did turn heel, or should we say he did. He attacked Edge at the end of the match, then attacked his dad, and then walked off, much to the amusement of the Judgment Day. So I got part of it right, but the match result I got wrong. So that's 2 right and 2 wrong. I just don't know what's going to happen now with Dominic. Is he actually going to join the Judgment Day? I think he will do. But we'll just have to wait and see now. Penultimate match, which was Matt Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins, who came out dressed as a Welsh dragon. We all know his fashion senses, and well, he calls himself like a king of drip or something really like that. I wouldn't exactly say his fashion sense is fantastic or any good in that matter. Some of his suits are nice, but just mainly just a bit crap. But no, I predicted Seth freaking Rollins for this one. Seth freaking Rollins picked up the win. I don't think this is over though. The match was absolutely fantastic. I always like to watch Seth do the superplex followed into the Falcon Arrow, which that was actually reversed. So he did the superplex and then Matt Riddle reversed the second move. Again, yeah, that was a bit more of a slogfest as well. You know, this is one match that's actually been built up really well. So yeah, Seth won that one, but like I said before, I don't think this is finished. I think there's going to be a lot more to it, and if that match is anything to go by, we're all going to be very, very, very happy with what's coming up next. And the main event, our boy Drew McIntyre challenging Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal Championship. Now, it didn't go our way, did it? Our boy didn't bring it home. I thought it was nice not having the Usos and Paul Heyman there to interfere with the match. I thought they were going to do a little something with Karrion Kross there. But no. None of those things happened. In fact, it was NXT call-up Solo Sikoa, who is the Usos' younger brother. He got involved in the match, which resulted in a spear from Roman and pinned Drew for the 1-2-3 and retained. Yeah, I can imagine, you know, as you could probably imagine, the British crowd didn't know that at all. They wanted their homeboy to win. There was even an attempted cash-in from Austin Theory. Got straight down to the bottom, ready to hand his suitcase in, and Tyson Fury just came round, knocked him out. That was absolutely hilarious. But at the end, you know, Tyson Fury did get into the ring, and you know, shook Roman's hand, then went over to Drew and serenaded him. Drew then got on the mic and started singing himself, and also thanking the British crowd for everything. Yeah, but the biggest thank you has to go to you, Drew. I know you're not going to watch this, but I've waited 30 years for this. We all have waited a long time for this show, and it's been something that you've wanted to bring here for so long. So a massive thank you to you, and to everybody at WWE for bringing it over to Cardiff and to the Principality Stadium. Thank you all for working together and bringing this show over. Let's try not to wait another 30 years again, eh? Alright. And also, I want to say a huge, massive thank you to my brother Aaron for doing 2 very long drives. The day was absolutely fantastic. You made it absolutely amazing. I'm still a little bit on cloud 9 for the event. Again, I just didn't think it was ever going to happen, and it has done. I'm so happy. So if you do like what we do here at the EGW, please like and subscribe, and tell me, were you there? Did you get your predictions right? And let us know what you got up to if you were there. And if not, where did you watch it? Who did you watch it with? You know, just let me know. So yeah, until next time, it's game over.